What's up, everybody? This is Jeff from BKJ Mag TV, and this is the BKJ Mag Podcast Experience coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, let's get to it. I'm shocked because I got the ESPN alert earlier today after, making free throws at the gym, practicing on my free throws. I got the alert stating that Saquon Barkley has left the New York Giants to sign with the rival Philadelphia Eagles. My mind was blown. I was shocked by it, but then I wasn't really shocked. It was crazy. The Giants had opportunities to keep him and treat him right. They gave, to be honest, a not so good quarterback $140 million or $150 million, whatever the final sum was. It was their quarterback that much money. But Saquon Barkley, who was a workhorse for the Giants and never really got paid for it. Let's be honest. They used him all for his 4-year rookie contract. 5th year, they tagged him for his 5th year option. In his 6th year, they used a franchise tag. And I think that was ridiculous in a sense. Like, they weren't taking care of him. The Giants wasn't really taking care of him. They weren't doing right by Saquon Barkley. And the Philadelphia Eagles swooping right on in, no pun intended. They stepped through and put the bread up. They signed, they gave him the contract that he wanted. Granted, I wish it was a lot more, but $38 million in the free agency was, it was pretty commanding. It's just like running backs. I remember once upon a time, running backs were the most valuable players on the team next to the quarterback, next to the wide receivers. But the game has changed drastically. It's gone to more an aerial assault. And the running back is not really being taken care of, not being dependent on anymore on offense, which is baffling to me because the run game is still one of the most pivotal part of any NFL game. So I think the running back should be given an opportunity to get some of that bread as well, for sure. In this article by the New York Post, written by Mr. Schwartz, basically, he talked about how Saquon Barkley had wished to be a Giant, but then it wasn't a guarantee because, the Giants were willing to offer him $26 million. Don't get me wrong, $26 million is a lot of money, but you're not going to get Saquon on the cheap. This guy, you didn't give him a contract in any of the 6 years that he was there, and you basically said that he was getting too old and that he had basically worn down, so you could try to pay him less. I just can't understand why a team will not value their face of the franchise. Saquon Barkley honestly is the face of the New York Giants, and now he's headed to Philadelphia. And DeAndre Swift, now I thought he was going to play alongside DeAndre Swift. Apparently DeAndre Swift has left and went to another team. So I'm kind of shocked by that as well. So that tells me that Saquon Barkley is going to be the primary rusher. But in Philadelphia, they got a lot of weapons, and I think Saquon Barkley is going to taste a lot of victories in an Eagles uniform. Because let's be honest, the Eagles are a way, 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 way better team than the New York Giants. And when I look at the New York Giants, I see failed accusations. I see failed opportunities. The fact that they haven't made the playoffs in so many years, and to win a playoff series, that was on the backs of Saquon Barkley. And, and the way they treated him was so disrespectful. I just hated it, And just look at it, Dable is trying to resurrect the team, but honestly, they need a new quarterback. But now, I think they gave up their pick in the round 2 for a new pass rusher, and they paid their pass rusher $160 million. I was like, man, $160 million, but you couldn't even take care of your own running back, Saquon Barkley, who gave 6 years to y'all. I'm just saying, it's disrespectful. It's real disrespectful. So instead, he has flown the coop and is headed to the rival Eagles, and I can't blame him. Honestly, I can't blame him. The article states the star running back on Monday, the first day of free agency, agreed to a 3-year contract to trade blue for green and move on down the Jersey Turnpike to suit up for the Eagles. The deal is worth $37.75 million. The Post confirmed with a guarantee of $26 million. This will not sit well with all those Giants fans who bought Barkley's number 26 jersey and now will see him play for an NFC East opponent they despise. Barkley posted a brief goodbye on X, writing, "Thank you to everyone who has shown me love and support over the past 6 years. Forever grateful, excited for the next chapter." He followed that up with 2 emojis of bald eagles. I'm weak. The Giants this time around never made an offer to Barkley. It was clear their view of what he is worth was not going to translate to what he could get on the open market. Barkley's average per year from the Eagles of $12.3 million was significantly higher than what the Giants were willing to spend on a 27-year-old running back who they felt took a step back in 2023. Disrespectful. They took a step back. He took a step back because you guys didn't provide him with a strong offensive line. So defenses saw Saquon Barkley. I watched those Giants games. They would basically gang up on Saquon Barkley. They knew the Giants wasn't going to run because their aerial game was, let's be honest, their aerial game was trash. Like, their tight end, trash. Like, everything about that team from top to bottom is just trash. And it was just like, and Saquon Barkley was just made a target. And they was targeting him a lot. So it was just, yeah, he took a step back, but I think the Giants organization took giant step backs by not adding extra offensive players that could have distracted the defense so Saquon could be Saquon. With $9 million in escalators and incentives, the maximum Barkley can earn in the 3 years with the Eagles is $46.75 million, which I think he will. The best offer Barkley received last year from the Giants guaranteed him $23 million on a 3-year deal. Again, trying to get him on the cheap. And honestly, it's whack and it's corny. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why Barkley is leaving for the Eagles. Let's be honest, against the Eagles, the Giants, while Saquon was there, they went 3-10. 3-10. So that means the Giants struggled mightily. Only won 30% of their games against the Eagles. So let's say this right now. Saquon Barkley made a business decision. Tiki Barber was out there shooting his mouth off, saying, "Yo, you're dead to me, you're dead to me." Maybe he was playing around, but don't disrespect Saquon Barkley like that, because he took a lot of disrespect for those 6 years. And they finally cracked the playoffs, and they won the first round against the Vikings, and that was it. They got smoked by the Eagles. So let's be honest. let's be honest right now. When you look at Saquon Barkley, put some respect to his name, because this man sacrificed so much for the blue, for the Giants. And what management did to him, they didn't respect him. They didn't treat him properly. So, Barkley, I support your business decision. You did what you needed to do in order to get what was due to you, brother man. Okay, so thank you for listening to this podcast episode by BKJ Mag TV. Peace, love, always. One.